Welcome
Bring
back.
out the shoulder hair. Bring it out right now.
I did promise for the Pittsburgh Steelers war
Bring it
video, I would bring out
Yeah.
the shoulder hair because I'm
Yeah,
wearing
bring
a,
it.
a muscle tank underneath.
Yeah,
For
bring
what
out the
muscles?
shoulder hair.
I know, but
No one said that.
I like how they fit, all right? Because I
No
tend
one
to
said
run
that.
hot sometimes in the summertime, and it was like 76 here today.
It's
Well, that felt
April,
nice,
by
but
the way.
I like wearing these
I'm kind of
around
just
the house.
talking shit because he can't hear me right now.
So we're gonna bust out the shoulder hair. Sorry if one of my
I'm
titties
fine.
pop out.
Oh yeah, show us the
I
nipples
feel like
too.
I
Just the
can't wear
shoulder
this
hair, actually.
without a hat.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're gonna put it on backwards because we're serious.
Yeah. You gotta do the whole Ash Ketchum, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's crazy. All right, yeah. So this is the Steelers video. I am the Steelers fan at the website. At least the only one that's still
Shoulder
active
hair.
and does anything. So
That was fucking crazy.
we are gonna take a look at the Steelers draft class here. A lot of room for improvement on this team. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Do I have the right team selected? All right, here we go. All right, I'll just work.
Oh my god, I love it. The energy.
Oh, that's so disappointing that Quinyon Mitchell went one pick before us. That's all right.
That's tough.
We're not trading out of the first, especially just to Cincinnati. That's tempting.
I don't hate that, actually. I really don't.
Fucking 4 7s. All right. We'll send ours, theirs, not ours, and New Orleans. Perfect. That's fine.
We love it. Oh,
Jackson
right.
Powers Johnson still on the
so
board.
we're not trading anything here.
Nope. Jackson Power. I mean, it has to be the pick, right? Like,
Yeah,
it has to be. This is the
It
best
has
center
to.
in the class. They need help on the interior of the offensive line. This
serious.
is the slam dunk start to.
I'm really not gonna argue too much with you on these picks because I want you to do what you think is best. I
put in a fair amount of input on the Raiders one. That's just kind of because of Alex and his family. I think that Vegas is basically my second AFC team because I follow them so closely, so I can be in the loop on the conversations. So I know the ins and outs of the roster as well. So I pay a lot of attention. So I put in a lot of input on the Raiders one too. So if you think I'm talking out of my ass on one of these picks, you can let me know as well. So although we're not doing either one of these.
I don't hate the drop 5 and get an extra third pick. I really don't. Unless there's someone on the board right now that you're like, hey, I can't live without this guy. I'm living without.
Can we take off this and we do this instead? I'd be fine with that. Oh, that's right. Okay. So we grabbed center. I think it'd be really interesting here to go receiver potentially.
Potentially, depending on what we got here. We got Troy Franklin. Isn't that like Calvin Austin kind of thing?
I was about to say he's kind of a rich man's Calvin Austin. Xavier Legette is an athletic freak. He doesn't itch my brain in the best way, you know? Malachi Corley is a really interesting option for the Arthur Smith offense, only because Arthur Smith is a very run-heavy. Don't remind me. Remind me.
I'm sorry, Terrace Smith.
Man, it hurts, man.
My brother calls him Terrace Smith. It's just.
But think about this. In the backfield is Justin Fields at quarterback, and he's flanked by Jalen Warren. No.
Okay.
It's Justin Fields flanked by Jalen Warren on one side and Malachi Corley on the other. And it's almost like the Debo package in San Francisco. That's if you pick somebody like that, that's really, really interesting. And Corley fits in that kind of slot area, or he could even work outside, but he's going to be working more underneath routes because you just want to get the ball in his hand too.
I think we might be able to sneak past, and especially since it's a deep wide receiver class, we might be able to wait until 60 to do that and maybe get a piece here that maybe doesn't have as much depth as wide receiver. However, if we're not seeing that, which could be the case,
I was
then
hoping that
I like Kamari Lassiter.
Newbin or Kitchens would be here, and that's kind of disappointing. I don't mind Lassiter here.
Well, go to corner. See, I know you're looking for a corner, secondary
I
help in general.
I do plan on doubling up at corner during this class. I plan on taking 2 corners in this class, and
Okay.
one of them might be Lassiter potentially.
What about safety? What do they have at safety? Nothing crazy. Okay.
I genuinely don't hate taking Bullard at. Okay, here's what I would do.
All right.
I think if I was, if I was picking, which we are obviously, that's the whole point of the fucking video, Garrett.
Okay.
I would probably go Ricky Pearsall at 51, and I would
Okay.
go Javon Bullard at 60.
Okay. And then
Ricky Pearsall
84.
is going to be one of the better.
And then 84, you're going corner.
It depends on the board. Like I could still get a corner at 98 too.
All right. Well, I'm with it. I think Ricky Pearsall gives you that wide receiver. Corley's a good option as well, as you were mentioning. And then you move up 50 picks, go down 3. Maybe.
Wait, no.
Oh, I see what he's cooking. All
I don't give a
right.
fuck about those 7th round picks. I just don't.
I know you don't. They're just names. Yeah, give us a 4th, you coward.
That's fine.
What?
That's fine. I'll take that.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
What's the board looking like before we? Oh, we did not get this many trade calls on the other ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm kind of glad we're getting some trade calls here. We're looking at corner.
I did mention that I would be interested in taking Javon Bullard here at 64.
Okay.
That's where my head immediately goes.
I'm not sure if he drops to 76, which is what Denver's offering.
I don't
do
think
get
so either.
136 out of that though. So
we already have done a good job of getting some picks though.
Yes,
as well.
I agree. So we're in that mid-round range. I think we can live without that 76 and 136 pick. I think if you want your guy,
I think Bullard makes a ton of sense because he can go down and play nickel corner, and can also go out and play safety as well. So
I can live with that.
Some might think it's a bit of a reach to be technically a 2nd round pick at 64, but I think that's kind of in that sweet spot where he should be.
Drop 10, move up 60 picks. Okay, interesting.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, they gave us 135 as well. I was going to say ask for 135 as well. Yeah, if they're not giving up 7s, never mind. That is, I think they're at their wits' end with us. As they would say, they're on Disney on Ice with us.
We'll stay put here at 84.
I think it has to be corner. Oh man, I know you want that.
I do. I kind of like KAD, but I also have a 3rd round grade on fucking Kyrie Jackson too. So I'd be fine even taking Kyrie Jackson here at 84.
But I think Kyrie Jackson could drop if need be. Who do you think is better though, KAD or Kyrie Jackson? That's the question you need to ask.
I think Kyrie has a higher ceiling. I think KAD has a higher floor.
So like KAD would be the safer pick.
I think KD is the safer pick right out of the gate. I think Kyrie Jackson is going to be the better pro long term.
Okay.
And this team isn't built to make a Super Bowl run. So I'm fine taking the shot on somebody who is going to develop better long term.
And my only thing is, I think you can get him at 98. I think you can get Kyrie Jackson at 98.
So then that begs the question: who do we pick here then?
Yes, it does.
I'm fine. I
Rosa
would pick
Garden's
Rosa
not a
Garden.
yeah. I was about man. We are
Yeah,
on
all right,
the
I like that.
same like Rosa Garden's good here, and
Perfect. And
bro,
we can take Kyrie here at
and I,
98.
and I think that's a much better spot. I think picking him a little bit before that would have been a little bit of a reach. Of course, you're getting your guy, but still, not doesn't necessarily thrill
Nope.
me.
Good.
No.
All right. So looking back at our picks, we've addressed some huge needs. We've addressed a lot of big needs here. I think at this point, it's almost getting just potentially best player available type of player.
We're trying to see if you really want to work on that inside. And this might be high for him, but just keeping the name in there, Zach Zinter, I think that might be a good option. Not necessarily right here, but coming up.
At like
Um,
124.
maybe, yeah. I don't
Well,
think you
because
get that
beyond
178.
124, he's not gonna be there at 178.
Yeah, so really these last two picks we need to get guys that we might have to reach for, but we're getting our guys and so we're not tempted to say 178. So where do you think, at least at this point in the draft that the Steelers could use some help?
I don't hate going linebacker.
Okay.
I just I don't know.
How do you feel about the running back room?
The running backs are fine. The running backs are fine. And Pittsburgh can grab a guy in next year's draft because uh Najee's probably not going to get an extension.
I
Uh
wouldn't give him an extension.
I mean I would have I think I said this going into the year is I would have had Najee off the team going into the year. Now he ended up having another 1,000-yard season. That's all well and good, but Jalen Warren is he's a stud.
I forgot they had Jalen Warren. You're good.
That's what I'm saying. Like they've got a two-headed monster there.
Well, they got one head that's a monster.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Kalen King, cornerback one, entering. My
It's
bad.
been a while
That
since
was
I've heard
that
that.
was
It's been a
nasty.
while since I've heard that. I
It
even brought
was,
out the shoulder hair for you, and this
and
is
I'm
how I
just
get
out here
repaid.
being nasty. I'm getting raunchy out here.
It's because you're hungry.
Um,
You want that Little Caesars pizza waiting for you in the
I'm
kitchen.
I'm I'm ready to go eat that motherfucker. I'm gonna try that shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Jalen Ford's not a bad option here. You're talking about you can triple up on maybe
I was
corner.
just about to say is that this secondary is lacking so much that I almost want to infuse the secondary room with literally as much young talent as possible.
And kind of
And I,
just let them battle it out.
and I think Cam Hart's a really really sharp pick here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
like
I
that.
don't hate that at all.
And then no, because I really want
That's
to take Zach Center here.
yeah, like moving down that many picks might put us in a bad spot. Now we're at
I was about to say if
178.
Thrash had somehow made it to 178, I was gonna freak out.
Oh, freak out.
I think Jamari Thrash might be pretty decent.
You think?
I think he might be. Something about him itches my brain in a good way.
So we got a little bit of everything here that they needed.
I
Christian
also
Jones
don't
is
hate doubling up on offensive tackle and taking Christian Jones here
we
too.
are on the same page because I was
Yeah.
just talking about Christian Jones here. And I think that might be it too.
And it makes the most sense to kind of like double up on the positions where you're almost weakest. And the weak parts of the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last like half decade have been the secondary and it's been the offensive line. So if we can infuse both rooms with as much young talent as possible, I think that's best.
Oh, they're taking Joe Milton.
My heart can't take that.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. That's all.
Like the fucking quarterback room would be Russell. Well, okay. To be fair,
To be fair.
this is also what I would do. Plus, this is maybe a hot take on April 12th. We haven't even had the draft yet. Haven't had OTAs, training camps, whatever. I think I may have said this in an earlier video too. I don't think Russell Wilson's on the team week 1.
I think that would be a mistake just because he's so cheap. Contract wise.
Contract wise, yes. He's just he's a square, dude. He's such a square. He's not gonna be very.
He said we have to cut him because he has no aura.
He's not. I mean, he's a bad locker room guy.
Maybe.
Why do you think everywhere that he's left, Seattle and Denver, his teammates are
Thank God.
like nonchalant about him leaving? Some of them are like, "Oh my
no.
god, my quarterback," but like, he was basically hated in Seattle because Russ is always about himself and promoting his brand. Plus, I mean, you'd get a full season out of Justin Fields to see if you like him enough to give him an extension. I wouldn't have him on the team week 1. I would just go ahead and give the starting job to Justin Fields. But anyway, so technically, if we're staying with tradition, this is our last pick. So
I feel like that's a round 7 thing, though.
It's always been the last pick, and so this is technically the last pick.
I think we got to go funny name that could be beneficial. Which, even though we chose Shushu, yep.
I got the pick. I'm overruling you on this one.
All right. Who was it? I missed it.
We picked a punter as our last pick, Tory Taylor.
Do y'all not have a punter?
Not a good one.
There you go. Tory Taylor.
Not a good one. Tory Taylor comes in as the immediate starter at punter. That's great. I love it.
How are we feeling, Garrett?
People are going to think that Javon Bullard at 64 is a bit of a reach because he technically is a second-round pick, which, I mean, Pittsburgh coming out of the draft with 2 seconds and 2/3 and a first is exceptional. That's great. It's still Laney Jackson Powers Johnson. I think, man, I just like trying to keep my bias aside. I really think this is a B+ to A- class.
I think it's A-. I won't lie to you.
Because this fills all of the needs for the team.
Now, like how well do they do if each one pick? Wow, holy shit. Yeah. You when you started too much and you're just like, maybe I should just give it up. How do you think this team performs this year with these picks? There we go. Sound it out, Alex.
I mean, the quarterback play is going to be an upgrade from Kenny Pickett. It's going to be, no matter if it's Russ, no matter if it's Justin Fields.
Where's he at now? I forgot.
Kenny Pickett's in Philadelphia.
There it is.
I mean, this is still an offense led by Arthur Smith. So do with that as you will. Like, this is still a 9-8 team and above. It is. This is a 9-8 to 10-7 team.
The AFC is just so stacked that that might not even be enough for the playoffs, which is crazy to me.
He's stacked. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, Cincinnati's back to being really good again. 10-7 might still get you 4th in the division. Like, no bullshit. Cleveland's very good. Baltimore is very good. I fucking hate saying that. Cincinnati's like they're good. And Joe Burrow's a game changer.
And they have a better quarterback than the Steelers. So, like,
yeah, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson is still the worst quarterback in the division, but it's an upgrade from Kenny Pickett.
And I mean, like, you think, okay, the Jets are winning their division. Maybe the Bills.
Yep. If Rodgers stays healthy, yeah. What if Jacksonville turns it around? Right? Like,
Kansas
there's all
City's
these question
winning.
marks.
Kansas City's winning.
Los Angeles. The Chargers as well could turn it around too.
We'll see how they do in the draft. They let a lot of pieces go.
They're going to be more competitive. They're not going to win 5 games this year.
They only won 5 games this year?
I think they went 5-12.
Yeah, they're ass. And then the AFC South is also very competitive. Like, we don't know what's going to happen out of the AFC South as well. That's actually the biggest question mark is the AFC South.
Last year.
Yeah, the AFC South is the biggest question mark. So,
I mean, yeah, because what if Will Levis is a dude? Neither one of us think he's going to be
well.
that if you listen, neither one of us think he's going to be a dude. But what if he turns out to be a dude? They got Tony Pollard there. They signed Calvin Ridley. They're gonna take a tackle at 7 to protect him. Like
I don't
there's
know.
a
They were
ton of
letting
variables.
fall. They were letting them fall all the way to 18, 19, 20. Oh no, they did not to 20, but 18 and 19 they did.
Who?
Olu.
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. But still. In real life. But yeah, I think this is a 10-7 team with these additions. I think it's a B+ draft, and I mean they're still going to miss out in the playoffs. And then Trey, halfway through the year when Pittsburgh is 7-5, they're gonna be like, they should have traded TJ Watt when they had the chance. You don't trade the best defender in the NFL. You just don't.
Actually,
like I just like the whole idea is so stupid. It is. It's so dumb.
I hate when he says shit like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because what's the package? First off, what team is going to take on his contract? Secondly, thirdly, yes, Alex Highsmith is good, right? Herbig he's proven to be nice upside at the position. You're still losing 15 to 19 sacks a year. You just don't replace that easily. I'm sorry, you just don't. You don't trade. So the argument should have been, why didn't the Rams trade Aaron Donald then? They weren't contenders.
Yeah.
You could have got a bounty for him. Why didn't the Rams trade Aaron Donald?
Oh, the Raiders should trade Max Crosby as well.
The Raiders should trade Max Crosby. Right. Why hasn't Cleveland traded Myles Garrett yet?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And Pittsburgh, the Omar Khan would lose the fan base 100% if they traded TJ.
You just don't do that.
This is the part of the program where Alex tells the viewers that I did not like the TJ Watt pick at first, because it always happens. So
I actually forgot about that, and you exposed yourself, but it's okay.
I'm glad that you felt the need to say that to try to give yourself some credit. Like, oh, I wasn't going to say that, but we both know you were. But that's okay. All right, let us know in the comments down below.
I just have an empty air in my head. I literally forgot. It's okay though.
Let us know down below. What do you think?
You just hear my brain rattling in here.
I did this for you guys. The shoulder hair came to play for the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss any more War Room videos. We're gonna see you next time.